King County at your service. I'm Jackie Ablao. We hope you and your families are doing well and staying safe. Here at King County, we're working remotely. Here's a message from your council chair.
Hi, I'm Claudia Balducci, Chair of the King County Council. We're doing what we can at the County Council to keep our entire community healthy and safe. Immediately, we allocated $28+ million for public health response as this virus was really spreading around the community. We also set aside some money to support our healthcare workers and our first responders. We've provided free childcare and some respite spots for them in hotels in places around the county. And we've also created this new portal where people can find ways that they can help. So many people want to do something to help their neighbors. Well, you can find ways to donate, places to volunteer, even remotely, to help our community, our neighbors in need. We are having regular council meetings, and we're doing it remotely. For the first time in history, we're doing it by phone and by computer. You can also participate. You can call in and have public comment on an item on our agenda, just as you normally would, except remotely from your home. I don't think that any of us have lived through times like this before. The King County Council will be on the job for as long as this virus is with us, and we will continue to work with our partners in state and local government in order to make sure that we get through this and come out the other side and recover together.
If you've been working from home, you might have a little cabin fever. We know one pet that's having a little bit of a hard time staying in. Meet Dobby.
Hi, my name is Dave Upthegrove, King County Council Member from South King County. Welcome to episode 2 of Staying Home with Dobby. Dobby is an indoor cat who very much wants to be outside, and that's something we all can identify with right now. With our family staying at home, Dobby is eating more than ever and getting extra treats. But unfortunately, there are a lot of people in our community right now who are struggling to get access to food. And if you or anyone you know is struggling to have access to food, there are resources available. One of my goals with this web series is to highlight positive stories taking place here in our community in South King County. And we saw one of those this week. World Relief, a local nonprofit, has been providing food assistance to hundreds of families in South King County. When all of a sudden, at the last minute this last week, they learned that their bulk food supply was not going to arrive the next day, and they had no way to provide the food to those families that were expecting it. And to find out what happened, it's my pleasure to welcome TAHMINA MARTELLY, Program Manager at World Relief.
Because we were having well over 300 families come through the drive-thru, delivering to 125 families, as well as all the partner organizations who were coming to pick up food for the community, that logistically became so difficult. How would we contact all those people to tell them there's no food? The amazing thing is the community came together. All kinds of people, the Rotarians, the churches, regular people, and it was amazing. We put together well over 300 boxes of food, and it was really delightful to see how the community came together during this time.
So what's going to happen moving forward now?
Well, South King County as a whole has had a tremendous amount of difficulty accessing food, especially during this pandemic. So with your help, you wrote some letters and made some calls, and thank you so much. We're able to actually ensure that some of our most vulnerable population in South King County are able to get food.
This uplifting story of the community coming together to help one another is just one example of many here in South King County of us supporting each other in our times of need. And it's important for us all to continue to look out for one another and keep a positive attitude and continue to stay at home so we all stay healthy and get through this together.
Hey gang, it's Reagan Dunn.
I wanted to show an example of ways to
help make a difference, not just for you and your family, but for the community at large. Hey everyone, Reagan Dunn here in front of the Enumclaw Senior Center. We're going to talk about some really fantastic programs that the Enumclaw Senior Center is doing to help their seniors. And I had my fortunate to have my mother-in-law make me a fancy mask here, appropriate for a politician with the Stars and Stripes logo. We're going to do another episode on that. Let's go see what they're up to.
We have always had a hot meal program Monday through Friday offered to seniors in the community. We want our seniors to be well nourished. We want them to know that they're being thought about. And we all know that if you have a well-rounded, nutritious meal, you're better able to fight off all sorts of health problems. When we made the decision for safety purposes to stop with the home delivery and really kind of limit contact with our senior population, we thought about frozen meals. And then we were hearing a lot on the news about the airline industry and their cutbacks to all the flights. And so Tukwila Senior Center ourselves contacted airline catering and said, how can we work out a deal that it would benefit them in preparing frozen meals and give it to us at a reduced cost and be able to serve those meals to our seniors that are homebound. Any senior over the age of 60 or in their 50s, if you are homebound, if you do not want to go to the grocery store, and we really encourage you to limit your time in the grocery store, we will deliver 7 to 14 frozen meals to your door every Tuesday. Any senior in this community can call the Senior Center number, which is 360-825-4741. It's just another way that we can try to help the seniors in our community.
There are many folks in the community helping out during these uncertain times. Check out this business in Duvall.
I kind of look at myself as I just happen to be a guy with a set of jumper cables, that the world around him needs a freaking jump. But I'm sure if you owned a distillery, you'd do this too, wouldn't you? I looked at my wife and I go, I got to buy a bunch of bottles. And she looks at me and goes, well, where are we going to get the money for that? And I just looked at her and I says, it's not about the money. I mean, you saw what happened with the toilet paper? And just how people did a run on things and people were scared. So when they go to the store and they can't find sanitizer, they can stop by here and get one. They have somebody watching their back. So we do this a couple hundred times a day. I think we're up to 500 times a day we do this. We've had Swedish Medical in Seattle come down. We've had Monroe Correctional Facility get some. We posted here on Facebook, just come up to the front of the distillery, and that kind of took on a life of its own. The number one thing that we can do right now is stay home. If you can't stay home, well, wash your hands when you can. If you can't wash your hands, then certainly use a spray sanitizer. I don't know where we are. I mean, all I know is there's a lot of scared people out there, and all I can do is just kind of keep doing this.
Need a little public art in your life? Did you know that Lake City has a nickname? Yep, that's right. You can actually call it Mural City. Take a look.
Because of the murals, we've turned Lake City into Lake Pretty. We have 50 murals in Lake City now. About 4 years ago, I was trying to think of a way to get the teenagers in this neighborhood engaged and have them feel an immediate impact in their neighborhood, and also build their resumes, also beautify the neighborhood, support local businesses. So I realized there wasn't really hardly any programs that got our teens involved in the neighborhood and had them work on real life solutions that helped their neighborhood. And that's why I started the Lake City Mural Project. and I work with 8 teenagers, and we did our first mural 4 years ago. 4 years later, now we have 50 murals, over 100 teenagers have been involved, several different local businesses, 12 different artists.
Flowers are just, you know, they're representational of beauty and elegance and loyalty and all of that good stuff that is important in doing business with a local business. It means a lot to me because I grew up here. Growing up in Lake City before, there wasn't very much for teenagers to do other than to get into trouble. And the programs that Mark has started have really given youth an opportunity to do something meaningful for the community.
We have a lot of immigrant and refugee families here. Hey, Mohammed. How you doing? Good. And since we're in North Seattle, I don't think a lot of people realize that we have this diversity. You can go up and down the district here in 2 blocks. You go around the world as far as diversity of food. A lot of the murals, they get to come up with the concepts themselves, and their images are the exact images that go onto the murals. A lot of teenagers don't have a long resume because they don't have a job. So when they go through a program like this, they can put painted and design a community mural. These murals are going to last for many, many years. They're a part of this neighborhood. These murals have helped bring a sense of pride to Lake citizens, I like to call us. People who live and care about the neighborhood. Lake City is a beautiful, diverse neighborhood with so much potential. We want to keep what's special about this neighborhood.
Thanks for joining us for King County at your service. Visit us online at kingcounty.gov/KCTV. I'm Jackie Ablao. See you next time.